Shelly is 48. Is she on track to retire? All right, so we're going to dive into this using right capital here. Here's Shelly Sample. We'll call her Shelly Sample, and she's a real live human being. Obviously, her name isn't Sample, but she had emailed me. And let me bring up her email. I'm not going to give you, personal details, of course, but hold on just a second. Let me find her. I can't find her, but on my email. But that's all right. So we're going to dive into this. So she's 48 years old. And she said that she on track. Now, we don't know exactly when she wants to retire because she's not, she's a young pup, just like your old buddy Josh. By the way, I'm turning 51 next week. Boo! Or actually this week, July 7th. Ooh, scary. All right, so she's single and she lives in Montana. All right, Shelly does. So for you Montana men out there, old Shelly's available. She didn't say that. I don't know if she's available. I don't even know if she likes men. I don't know. I'm just using that for example. But it's interesting because her income, she's only making $38,000 a year. $38,000 a year, and she's 48 years old, and she's looking pretty good. She has a pension income. She'll kick in when she's 64 of I think she said $867 a month. She says a small pension. I said, Shelly, that ain't bad at all. Not bad at all. I always have a digging ditches thing in case she wants to get a part-time job. She's not going to have to. All right, I'm going to have her retiring at 60. All right, so I'm going to say she's going to retire at 60 years old in 2032. We got her health insurance. We're going to say she's going to have $500 a month of health insurance before she's on Medicare. Once she's on Medicare, she'll have basically $5,500 a year. So $6,000 a year before Medicare, $5,500 a year once she's on Medicare. This might be a little bit on the high end because she doesn't make a lot of money, and as such, she'll probably qualify for Obamacare subsidies if that's still available. Who knows? But that's what we're going to say. It's interesting. Her retirement expenses aren't much. She got a couple. I think she had a dog and a cat. She spends $200 a month on pet food, and she doesn't have any debt. She just lives frugally. And I tell you, you can do it, man. You can do it if you just watch your expenses. It's that simple. And of course, long-term care costs, I always put you're going to have to self-insure. Now, she could buy a long-term care policy if she wants, that's fine, but I just say you're going to self-insure. Her income is $38,000. Her Social Security at $38,000. We're putting in $2,500 a month. Will be her PIA. I can't remember where I got that number. Did she give that to me? I forgot. Let's put that at $2,000 a month. I tell you, let's do this. Let's base it on. I can't remember where I got 2,500. Let's use simple as. I just can't remember, and we'll say. Let's just keep like that. I can't remember what. Why do I got $2,500 a month? I can't remember. Anyway, let's keep going. Savings. She's put 3% into her 401k contribution. She put 5% into her 401k because that's the match. And you definitely want to take advantage of the match for sure. Actually, we don't want her put into her 401k. We want her put into her Roth. So let's delete that, and we're going to add savings, Roth 401k. Absolutely no reason to be doing that into the pre-tax because she doesn't make that much money. So we're going to do 5% contribution, and we're going to have 5% match. I don't know what she does. All right. But I tell you, man, if you're in the 10 to 12% tax bracket, please stop putting money into deferred accounts and put it into your Roth. It doesn't make sense. I'm just telling you. Her pre-retirement expense. This is what she told me, about $1,000 a month. I said, wow, that's nuts. I think we have her live until she's 90. All right. So her net worth, so she's done pretty good. She got no debt. All right. Now, where does she live? She's got to stay someplace, and she's renting at $670 a month. Wow, we got her in Pennsylvania. All right, let's put her in Montana. I don't know why I got in Pennsylvania. Let's put her in Montana. Montana. All right, there we go. And her net worth, she got $142,000 in investments, and I just put the Vanguard Balance Index. I can't remember if she said that's what she has or not, but that's what we're going to do. And that's it, my friends. That's it. There's literally nothing else. And I didn't ask her about estate planning because she's not a client of mine. She just emailed me. And look, I'm sympathetic to single women, and I'm sympathetic to single moms. I just am. And I know this. I'm white knighting and stuff. Moms and women need to be protected. That's all there is to it. If that offends somebody, I'm sorry. Look, are there many women who violate men's? Absolutely. In fact, we know for a fact that the bulk of violence or violence among the household becomes women on men. We know that. I'm a man. I watched a single woman raise 3 children. I watched a man shirk his duties as other people have. And my sympathy laid to women because they are ultimately going to care for their children. I was dealing with another lady today, single mom, never got married, and she raised a child who's kicking butt, taking names, man, and has 2 grandkids too. On top of that, I know, let's just put it this way, 2 people near and dear to my heart who might have been aborted if it wasn't for the Catholic Church, if that makes sense. And they're not aborted, and they've had their own successes in life, and challenges, but successes as well. And because of a single woman who wasn't married at that point, who was young, 16 and 18, following the teachings of the Catholic Church that you shouldn't be aborting people, these people are alive today, and their own children are alive today, and that's so. Anyway, I'm sympathetic, or what's a compassion? I don't even know what the word is. I'm very to single women, and I'm look, at the end of the day, married women I'm compassionate too. But the single women in particular, I am compassionate to. Now, there are a lot of crazy single women out there, trust me. I've dated some back in the day. I get that. There are also a lot of single men out there. The issue is a man is there to protect the women. And as such, I am a man. And when a single woman emails me and says, hey, what do you think? My paternal instincts come in to offer advice and guidance and a protecting thing. I'm not white. You can say, I don't care. You can say it's white now. I just don't care. But it's just the way it's supposed to be. It's the way it's supposed to be. That's paternalistic. I don't give 2 craps if you say that. I literally don't. That's misogynist. Don't give 2 craps if you say it's don't. If you say I literally don't care. Just unsubscribe. Don't watch. What's the other word? Misogynist and paternalistic. Sexist. I don't care. Don't care. I don't care. A man is supposed to be there to provide protection to the fairer sex. And the minute that has been violated, society crumbles. And a man's also supposed to be there to take his responsibility for his children too, by the way. And men who don't, I have a deep problem with that. All right, so let's keep going back to old Shelly here, shall we? All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to retirement, and we're going to see how it's shaking out. And I know it's going to be okay. Now, let me show you why. Only a 71% probability of success. Oh, no. And, well, if she's right there, so we can see. Well, I'll tell you what, let's go to investing. So the Vanguard Balance Index, 6238. How do I got around the band? Yeah, so it's 5% annual return with 11% standard deviation. So for simplicity, remember what this means. We take the standard deviation, we times it by 3, so that's 33, and we add 5 on the up or subtract 5 on the down. And so that means in this case it'd be a 38% on the up or a 28% on the down. So on any given year, she could have a negative 28, or in any given year, she could have a positive 38, if that makes sense. And when you're doing the random rates of return, a sequence of events in a Monte Carlo, you're theoretically, just rolling dice, randomly exclusive of the other events that happen. So basically, again, any given year she could be down 28 consecutively. Any given year she could be up 28 or 38 consecutively, and anything in between, 99.8% of the time. The 0.1 on both sides of that is what's called the black swan, things that we can't control and we don't know. And how do you model that? You can't. All right, so if we just look at holdings here, that's actually, we do the okay. I'm just, the concentrations that will, yeah, Vanguard Balance Index. Okay, cool. So let's go to retirement. We're going to look at cash flows. We're going to go to action items, and there's a retirement healthcare costs, retirement monthly expenses. So let's go to cash flows here. Again, this is her retirement. What do we say? 60. So she has income flows at 38,000. Her expenses aren't much, but her expenses consist of living expense, $1,000 a month. We don't have healthcare in there. We got to add healthcare in there. Why is there no healthcare in there? I can't remember if she said 38,000 is what she's netting or grossing. So we're going to assume it's what she's grossing. Yeah, pre-Medicare. Oh, it's cost start. All right, we want cost right there. All right, so remember, you all can do this. Remember, if your costs start now, Cost start now. All right, so always make sure you got cost start now already started. I had cost start at retirement. We don't want that. So blank. That's going to put a big dent on her retirement plan, I would think. Let's take a look here. Let's see. Yeah, it went down to 35%. So let's see what we got here. So her expenses are $26,000 a year. Yeah, that's good. So we have healthcare at $6,000 a year, $500 a month. Housing at what did we say? 8,000 a year. What was that? $670 a month, something like that. $670 a month. And so she's spending $26,000 a year. She's making $38,000 a year. She's paying taxes. Look at those taxes, $7,000 a year because of FICA. I mean, look, her FICA is her biggest tax. If we go to, I can't look at that, man. FICA 7.6 is her biggest tax. Here is her federal tax of 7.5. Once the Trump tax bill goes away, her federal tax jumps to 9.4. The state is not much, but FICA is her biggest tax. It's nuts. But it's the way it's got to be, man, because it is a progressive tax scenario, i.e., you get more benefit the poorer you are for Social Security and Medicare, but it costs you more of your paycheck. I mean, it's just the way it's got to be. And you can gripe about it. It's the way it's got to be. All right, so we're going to go to cash flows. So she's got positive cash flows here until she is right here, 59. And you can see, she's saving another $2,700, $2,500. Let's see what's going on in accounts here. Let's make sure that's additions to accounts. Yeah, so this is what's happening here is she is saving into her Roth 401k $1,900. Her company is matching 5%, $1,100. Why is that only? That should be. And her surplus cash flow is going to her. Let's just make sure we got her. Why is that only savings? So she's putting 5. Oh yeah, we want 5%. There we go. All right. So the company's matching 5%. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to retirement, and we're going to go back to cash flows, and we're going to go to accounts. Oh wait, let me show you something here real quick. So that is her surplus right here. You see this 2751, that's her surplus. All right, her surplus is being accounted for. If we go to additions to accounts, that 2751 is being added to her taxable account. So she has a taxable brokerage account, basically. And why is it, did it not save? It should be, why is it doing 1140? It should be 5%. Let's see what's going on. Hold on, let me just pause it real quick. Sure, you hit save, my friend. So with just that little bit additional savings for her Roth or for her employer going from 3 to 5%, it increased her proposed plan to 39. So before you say that's no good, well, we'll get into this. All right, so let's just see. We're going to look at accounts. All right, good. So her 401k is at 151. Her Roth is growing. There you go. So by the time she's 60 years old, she has $370,000 in her taxable account, and her 401k and her Roth 401k as well. All right, good. So that's we want to make sure it's happening there. Okay, actually, let's just real quick. I think it's invested accounts. Yeah, here's her portfolio return. She's getting $7,000 a year on $172,000 invested. So let's just make sure 7,225 divided by should be about 5%. Actually not. Yeah, that's good. About 4.2. Go to investments. Yeah. All right. Good. So that's working. All right. Fantastic. So that's working what we want. All right. So everything in this case is working the way it should be. Now she's only got 39% probability of success. So let's go to confidence. And right here, the median, she runs out of money at 86 years old. All right. So basically, this is let's take a look at what we got for Social Security. All right. So she's got income coming in. 38,000 is more than her expenses, so she's got surplus. Now she's paying taxes because the FICA is her biggest tax. When she hits 60 years old, she's got no more income coming in, but she's got expenses that when she retires of, let's see here, what her expenses consist of at retirement at 60. Right there, there's her health care, there's her living expense, and there's her housing. So again, health care is inflating at 5.5% a year. Once she hits Medicare will drop a little bit, but your expenses go basically, and they stay about the same, man. They stay about the same. So the question is, what is her Social Security looking at? So when her okay, there's her Social Security. All right, good. Yeah, I think it's about, we had 2,500. We got, I'm not sure, but that's about 2,000 a month as her Social Security. And that looks pretty good to me. The software calculate, I mean, software is just fantastic. I love it. All right, so once she takes Social Security, she's going to have her pension plus Social Security. She's going to have 35,000 a year coming in, but she's got 42,000 going out the door. So she got to pull 6,000, 7,000 from her portfolio. But in the interim, she's got 36, 39, 44, 35. So she's pulling a pretty good amount from her portfolio. So let's go to accounts. And by the time she's on Social Security, her portfolio is down to right about 242. Now, that's with a linear rate of return of increasing about 5% a year. So that's a little bit of a challenge there. Yeah. So that doesn't, and I don't think she has a cost of living adjustment on her pension. I would be hesitant to say that she's going to be in a good place here. Yeah, that's still a little bit of a concern to me. So let's go back here real quick. I want to make sure her housing is increased. Yeah, okay, good. We got her housing increasing with inflation as well. Healthcare by 5%, and her living expenses by 2%. Okay, so yeah, that's not going to do the job. That's not going to do the job there. So what if she takes Social Security early? Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think that's going to work. Let's see. So if you take Social Security as early as possible. Again, we have her retiring here at 60. Yeah, that's not going to work. All right, so what if we have it taking a Social Security at 70? And I don't, if a single person, I'm not really a fan of that, but let's take a look. Yeah, that's not looking good for me. All right, so Social Security at full retirement age at 67. All right, that looks pretty good. All right, so I just want to go back to confidence. So her portfolio is building, building, building. This is the median portfolio value. All right, the median. 50% of the time is more, 50% of the time is less. Then it starts dropping until she takes Social Security. Yeah, that right there, that's a challenge. So it starts dropping, and then it continually gradually drops where she runs out of money when she's 80 something. So yeah, that's a little bit of a bridge too far. So let's have her work until 60, and we're gonna hit refresh right here. What does that do? Ooh, that looks much better. Until 62, excuse me. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I'm pretty comfortable with that. I'm pretty comfortable with that. Yeah, so if she worked till she's 62, she's in a good place. I was 63. And I think we're overestimating. Yeah, look at that. Okay, I'm trying to get it at 75%. All right, so let's do this. What if she were able to qualify? So remember, she retires at 60. Her, let's go to cash flows. Her health insurance won't be that. I wish there's a way we could, you know what we're going to do? Well, her health insurance, because she only has income coming in, I mean, she's going to qualify for Obamacare subsidies right there. Pretty significantly. She has no income. In this case, she'll qualify for Medicaid. Well, she won't. She'll have to pull money from her portfolio. There's no way, I don't think, to goals. Oops, healthcare cost. Can we do it? Man. Let's. I don't know how to. Yeah. I wonder if I know what we'll do. We'll do this custom at retirement. So when Shelly retires, we're going to say she's paying basically $650 a month for Obamacare. All right. But check this out. We're going to add another expense. We're going to add a goal, and it's going to be other. Shelly's healthcare goal while working. Healthcare cost. Yeah, healthcare cost. We'll say annual amount. We'll just say $500 a month. That might be high. I don't know. We're going to say that until she retires. And it's every year. And we're going to assume she gets Obamacare subsidies when she's 60 years old. And this is her work until she's 60. Look at that, man. Now she's at 61%. Yeah, all right, she's good. So what if she had and what if she's making 38,000 a year now? What if when she retires from her crappy old job, she digs ditches for 20,000 a year? You know, she just does something simple, and she does that at retirement, and she does it till she's 67. There you go. That looks good. Good. Oh yeah, look at that. That's fantastic. I tell you, just that part-time income when you're 60 years old, it just, you think about it. So Shelly would be still qualifying for Obamacare because she's only making 20,000 a year. She can pull. This is why I tell you. This is why you've got to stop your deferrals. She can pull from a Roth until she's on Social Security, until she's on Medicare, because she's got to be careful of that cliff. She got to keep it under what 38,000 today's numbers, so she can qualify for subsidies in Obamacare. It's doable, man. It's doable. Man, love to hear. Well, actually, one other thing. What if let's just have her investing? Let's stop that digging ditches thing. Let's Shelly's pension digging ditches. Let's just add these here. And we're going to stop that digging ditches. But what we're going to do instead, right, is we're going to invest a little bit more aggressively. We're going to make this a growth as opposed to what it is now. Yeah, that changes it. Work until, yeah, look at that. Wait, oh, wait, okay, gotcha. So here we have our growth portfolio working until she's, here we have there's a growth portfolio quitting at 61. Here she's quitting at 60. Here, though, she's digging ditches at, here she's not digging ditches. So here is a growth portfolio, not digging ditches and quitting at 61. Here's a balanced portfolio, not digging ditches and quitting when she's 60. So the point being is what Shelly would want to do is have a portfolio she'd want to tell herself when she leaves her crappy old job, she gets a part-time job, doing anything. Something you like, man. Something you like, just anything. Being a tour guide, freaking sound checking at hippie festivals and freaking Grand Teton Park, wherever the hell that is. You know what I'm saying? I mean, whatever. Just make some money. Do a blog. Something to make a little bit extra income. That extra $20,000 is life-changing. All right. Love to hear your thoughts. We'll see you.